Hello, everyone. So today we want to start our alumni talks. My name is Malika, and as ESN Bilkent, we are going to welcome our alumni, Eda Aka. Eda, can you hear us? It's so nice to see you, by the way.
Hear you. I hope you hear me as well. And it is so nice to see you again too.
Yeah, so I will be moderator of the session. And first, let me introduce shortly about Eda. Eda is at first our ESN alumni. She was the president of ESN board during the 2020-2021 term. Now she's a master's student in Louis. She's studying marketing. She's majoring in marketing, and before she graduated Bilkent as industrial engineer major and IR minor. And today she's gonna share with us some tips about the application, important stuff to take note of. And I want to give floor to Adam.
Thank you. I will try to share. Okay. Do you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. First of all, welcome everyone. It is a very great pleasure for me to be back to my previous uni, which I really loved while I was studying, and also to my ESN family that I really spent the best years of my university life. And we can start. I try to have a very short presentation, so we have a longer time for the questions. Malika already told, actually, I was graduated from industrial engineering. I also have a minor degree in international relations, and I was in ESN Bilkent for like 4 years and more, and it was the great times. And then now I study in Louis University in Rome, in Italy. I am doing marketing, and actually with the specialization called customer engagement and market relationships. I am a Louis student ambassador. It's just the title, but it was the same activity that I used to do also in ESN, that I just try to share my experience to help people to maybe decide better, or if they have questions, I just try to reply, and that's it. And I have the scholarship called Invest Your Talent that I will also give the details, and it is applicable for Turkish people, so I think it is a good chance also probably for your future plans. And let's start about Louis University. All this information is updated for the next year, so you don't have to worry about if they are updated or not. Louis, I would like to briefly introduce Louis because I didn't know before I applied to this university, I didn't know its existence. So I want to briefly introduce. It's one of top private university in Italy, and it is specialized in social sciences. It has privileged partnerships with the business community through its relationship with Confindustria, as well as with legal practice, governmental institutions, and civil society. And actually, they have these partnerships thanks to their alumni that are playing major roles in both politics and also good companies. So every day in the university, you see that the caterings keep going to some rooms, that there are people with suites and sometimes with guards, that you know that there are important people in the university, and it gives you the trust that they also come to your courses sometimes, or you can join their event. And when you do this and when you get the contact, it is very probably it will help you in the future with some networking or some good internship or job opportunities. And we have an innovative educational model that allows us students for intellectual curiosity and encourage independent and critical thinking. And of course, in the post-pandemic, increasing the digital world, Louis students have to learn, and they are learning how to face complex challenges through practice-based learning, group projects. Our students connect and communicate with peers, professors, practitioners to achieve their goals. And I know in Bilkent also we do a lot of project-based work. You have to know the teamwork, so it is not very different. So the education model that they have is called Lewis and Currer, and it is very important because they find themselves different than other European and Italian universities thanks to this model. Unlike the European universities that only have the final exam at the end of the semester, that people do not learn what is actually taught in the class, and they just memorize for only 10 days and then they forget afterwards. It is not a very practical and beneficial for the students who wants to be competitive in the job market. So Lewis and Currer shapes encouragers who are self-confident as they can identify new ways to approach existing problems, as well as frame and solve evolving ones. They explore and analyze the world around them using scientific thinking, and Lewis students question everything and become curious citizens with critical thinking skills and the ability to have an impact. So we improve our explanatory skills, framing, problem solving, and knowledge skills. And I think the most important thing I want to say here is I believe as Bilkenters, we all have already got the competitive advantage because I know all of us suffer for good results, we hope, and we are already much ahead of other European students who have less responsibilities or less challenging tasks during bachelor's, but we are already did this kind of things and we know how to handle. So for us, it is something just to practice. We already know. So, and that's also why I know how good students we have in Bilkent. So I want them to know the best opportunities. They can go to best universities, and I am sure they can get almost every scholarships because we are really on top level. And just to tell you more about Lewis in rankings, it is number 1 in Italy among private universities, according to Il Sole 4 Ore. And it is number 14 globally among all universities for the Department of Political Science and International Studies, according to QS, which is a very famous ranking. So first in Italy and second in Europe, and top 50 university for law and business management. And we have a top 1% for business and management with EQUIS certification. And with the U Multi-Rank 2018, we are in top tier for bachelor's graduates, internationalists of bachelor courses in international mobility. And we have graduate program in management ranked 53 and first in the world for career progression. So as you can see from the rankings also, it is a very reputable university. So when you graduate, when you just say you graduated from this university, it will help you a lot. So to sum up with numbers, we have 4 areas. They are business management, economics and finance, political science, and law. We have 9,000, almost 10,000 enrolled students with 88 different nationalities, and 89 graduate on time, and 93% are up to date with the exam schedule. And we have very high level of professor student ratio. Like the Italian national level is 1 to 17, but in Lewis we are maybe triple with better than 1 to 6. That we have really good professors usually that worked in the industry before. So they always help us with their connections. They invite guest speakers and they know what they are really talking about. And we have 95% percentage of employed alumni after a year of graduation. And Lewis' main services, of course, I assume a lot of people needs a visa and residence permit when you come to Italy. So the international office helps us with the visa and residence permits. So if it is necessary, they can also contact the embassy in Turkey to accommodate and arrange some necessary changes. And they have a housing service. They have 4 dorms inside the city in different places, and you can apply for them and they will help you. And also they have other good agencies for housing that if you don't want to stay in the dorm, they still kind of they try to help you to find a flat or shared room. And we have Italian courses. Of course, as a foreigner, there is one mandatory elective course that you can take Italian, but except that, for 3 semesters, you are eligible to continue these Italian courses to improve your Italian. It's a free service to help you to survive in the daily life, probably, actually, also. Because like in Turkey, like it is not a very big problem, but it is always nicer to speak a couple of things, the necessary things in Italy too, that it makes your life much more easy. And a tutoring service is, we have university tutors that help students to build an educational path that meets their job market goals by supporting them in making academic choices. And there are academic tutors that organize study groups on specific subjects and exam workouts through the academic gym. And also this academic gym is like they are based on certificates. They are for short time, for example, usually 6 weeks, every week 2 hours. They can be about Google Ads, they can be about sport management, they can be about Canva, that the skills that you want to improve outside of your regular academic path, that you can do it with this academic gym. Of course, we have a canteen. They try to serve very healthy food. I don't know if it will be tasting very good for Turkish people, but still, it's okay. We have a green mobility program that they are trying to be more sustainable. So we have car sharing service in our campus that LUI students can rent a fully electrical car and go around and go to other campuses as well. So you just need your LUI's ID and of course a valid driving license to use. And we have buddy and tandem programs. As we said, sometimes for international students, it's a bit hard to do all the paperwork, residence permit, and this kind of things. So we have buddies to help us. And also, if you want to improve your language, or if someone wants to learn a language that you speak, we have tandem programs to increase socialization and cooperation. And we have LUI's counseling that is focused on cultural shock issues or available to students who feel in need of social support. We also have a medical unit that if you need to see the doctor, you can see. And also, of course, the university has agreements with different hospitals, private ones. So if you need something, they help you to go and have the check. And these are our campuses. We have 4 different campuses. The first one is also my campus. All of them are in the city center. Usually it is easy to reach. And we have also a shuttle that goes one to another, that the 2 most common campuses. And they are mostly with Roman architecture, that you see the fountains, you see the statues and very old places. The second picture is actually a real church which was left for a very long time ago, and they made it a classroom, that we are having classrooms inside of a church right now. And it has green areas, and also we have a language cafe that everyone can come together. You drink tea or you play guitar, that no Italian is allowed, which is the only place maybe in Italy that you cannot speak Italian. And it is very nice for internationals to feel like maybe at home, or to speak with the comfort in English, so other people also can understand and talk with you. And okay, the most important part, I guess, for everyone is this part. It is our programs in graduate school. In REN Business and Economics, they are always 2 years, 120 credits. We have economics and finance. We have data science and management, corporate finance. We have marketing. In marketing, you can specialize in 2 different subpaths. One of them is the first one, and you can also focus on marketing analytics and metrics. We have strategic management, global management, and politics and management. And all this program has a very high range of international opportunities, exchange opportunities. Sometimes they can be double degrees. Sometimes they have the double diploma programs. And also, of course, like when you regularly enroll, that you have a lot of choices to go to Erasmus in the second year. And we have in law and politics and other majors such as international relations that you can focus on this other three subjects. We have a master in global management and politics, policies and governance in Europe, and law of digital innovation and sustainability. And these two columns that I mentioned are like on-campus programs. But of course, we also have a fully digital master programs, which are in marketing and strategic management, that it is fully digital, but you still have the title of being Louis student. So they will also help you to come to Italy if you want to stay here. You will still have the residence permit, and you can do the internship here or you can stay here. So now I will talk about scholarship opportunities. By the way, the picture on the right is the church, the classroom that we have. So the biggest scholarship is the International Student Scholarship. They give the scholarship to increase the inclusion, social mobility, and try to increase the circular economy. And for the next year, they are planning to give 51 scholarships. And they are prioritizing people from Euro-Mediterranean area in Balkans, East Asia, or Middle East Africa, some Italian people maybe, and also international agreements. And the deadline to apply is 31st of May. But the most important thing is here, but I will also mention later, that when you apply, you are automatically considered for this scholarship, and it doesn't take your extra time or effort, which is very, like, I think good when you are trying to apply for 20 universities at the same time. And we have another scholarship that if you have a very good grade in GMAT GRE, and if you apply with not international selection, but if you apply through direct admission, so there will be 8 more quotas for partial and full internship, full scholarships. And there are the more explanations, details about it should be greater than 710. And then they will still see that if it is less than this, they will still put in a descending order and try to give more scholarship to people. This is my scholarship that I got. So students from following countries can take it. So Kazakhstan, Turkey, Tunisia, Korea, India. So this is to apply for this scholarship, you first apply to the universities, but you have to check if that university is in the list of Invest Your Talent program, and then you apply to the scholarship. So you can get admission, you should get admission from the university, and then if you also get selected for the scholarship, then you don't pay the tuition fees, and plus they give you monthly pocket money as financial support for 9 months in a year. There are some conditions for this, that you have to pass 50% of the courses. Maybe it can be a little bit more, but it was not very strict. You have to take Italian courses and pass from the Italian course. And you have to do a 3 months internship during the summer in an Italian company, which usually career centers help. Now I am also in this process that I am trying to find an internship. So, but I just suggest you, if you take this internship, try to learn Italian as quick as possible, because it is very hard to find internship if you don't have very good Italian, but you will figure it out, it's okay. The only thing, the applications for this one is already closed. It closes in February usually. So if you want to apply for this, you can wait next year and see other options, but I just wanted to mention because I believe it's a very good opportunity. And we have Disco Lazio. It is LUI students can apply for funding from Disco Lazio for scholarships. It have a variety of forms that it can be tuition fee exemption or housing or contribution for having international mobility and all these things. And it is a regional scholarship that the Lazio region in Italy gives you. And there are also a lot of friends of mine having this scholarship. It is also very good because then you are getting a discounted transportation card or some discounts in other activities you have to do in while like in daily life. And this the applications start in I guess in June. So it is the thing is you when you get the acceptance letter or like you have to apply to university first because the deadline is end of May. Then you will apply to this scholarship. So you will see if you get it or not. But I also heard that we have someone in our international office who is very good at guessing who will get this scholarship or not. So if you have concerns or if you have like only this chance to come to Louis, you can we can text to them and ask if it is probable or not. And we have other additional scholarship opportunities. They just created this scholarship opportunity for Turkish students after the earthquake because they wanted to help people to continue their education without having a lot of troubles in terms of maybe finance and also relocation. So they are having additional partial and full scholarship for the digital programs. And we had two programs for digitals. It is marketing or strategic management. So I just mentioned that when you, as long as you are a registered student, you can still choose to come here, although it is an online program. And the deadline is the May 31st. And the application process, it is almost done. If you are bored, you can still hang on there. It is, when you compare with other universities, it was the easiest that I did. It doesn't require a lot of things. It doesn't require like a big motivation letter or 5 reference letters or this kind of thing. It is very relaxed. You just need to register to the platform. Then you, of course, put a valid identity document. Then you put your transcripts. Like if you're already graduated, you put the full transcript, or if not, you just put the maybe the one only you had until now, and maybe a letter saying that you are graduating by the end of June. And you put your English proficiency. If you have IELTS, Cambridge, they're also okay. But I didn't put because I didn't have IELTS. But I put because in our transcript it will be written that we have this English proficiency and we studied in English, so it is also okay. They also accept this kind of transcript supplements. And one person contact of a sponsoring professor in case they want to get a reference about your background. And some important notices that you should remember that the master programs are 2 years. You can apply only one program in one intake. So you cannot just say, okay, I will apply to marketing and then I will see if I can apply to strategic management. No. And they don't take in January. There is only one intake, which is in September. So you should probably finish by the end of June to start the visa process. And the best thing, there is no application fee. It is free, and they still consider you for the internship, sorry, for the scholarship. So you don't lose anything by just trying your chance and seeing if you can get it or not, if you can get scholarship or not. And it is very good. So again, just another thing to remind, if you have the GMAT and GRE score, which has this high threshold, you can apply through direct admission, and I think you will have more probability to get the scholarship. I just want to ask you if you can go to this QR link, and there is a very small survey just with your name, surname, and who told you about Luis. If you can put my name, of course, I should be the second one. I will appreciate. You can also take my contact number. I will be happy to help you. I will happy to inform the orientation officer. If you have specific questions, you can always write to me.
Thank you, Ada. It was a very interesting presentation. And personally, I learned a lot about the opportunities in Luis. And now I want to ask the people in Zoom, like, do you have any questions to Ada? Please don't hesitate to raise, like, to open your mics or write it in chat.
Maybe not a lot of people.
I think there is no questions. Again, thank you. And if you could just, like, people on Zoom can follow the QR code and help it out with your survey. Again, thank you so much for having this presentation. We miss you as ESN alumni.
I miss you too so much.
Yeah, we have Yasemin also with us. So
I know, I see. I put her too.
yes.
Well, it seems like it's been a long day for everyone. And this year we had this like midterms week, unlike the other years. So it seems like everyone's a bit exhausted from that week, but I'm pretty sure they will reach you and address their questions to you either via your email or by WhatsApp. Thank you so much for your time.
Welcome. You're welcome. It was a pleasure. I still have the spirit of Bilkent ESN, and I was really happy to be here, to come back here. And yes, I hope to see more Bilkenters in Luis next year, maybe.
We do too. And it was like a great pleasure to have you here tonight. Like, thank you for your time and for the wonderful and fruitful sessions that you provide to us.
Thank you. No, thank you too for hosting me. I wish you a great exam sessions. If you didn't finish yet, there's always finals. So
Yeah.
True.
So yeah, thank you everyone who joined today's alumni talks. For more information about Luis, again, follow Eda, or you can also text ESN Bilkent on Instagram. So this is the end, and have a nice day, everyone.
Have a nice evening, guys. Thank you, Dad.
yani,